Very, very good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm live right now. Finally was able to get on live here. And it's a long story. I guess I can kind of give you the rundown of what's been going on here. Um, I was actually planning on going live earlier at like 6:20. That did not happen. But first, my boy Rhodes Rants with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys subscribe to Rhodes Rants. I did put his channel in the chat. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to Rhodes Rants. So bunch of stuff happened this afternoon when I got home. We're gonna get to the main topic here shortly, but I've been using StreamYard with my webcam, and as it's noticed, it looks really, really bad. There is a very bad glare and everything like that. So I decided to turn Canon, my Canon camera DSLR into a webcam. So I went out, I bought a cam link, bought a cord. It was the wrong size. Went back, put it together, and I had a lot of problems getting the camera to take off the autofocus, the grid lines, and I finally figured all that out. And here we are right now. So it's pretty late. Maybe I'm not the most tech savvy guy there is, but hey, I got it done, and this looks way better than my C920 webcam to me. So if you're watching, make sure you smash that thumbs up button as you get in. I know this is very, very short notice. Probably only gonna be online for about, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. We'll just see how it goes. It may turn into an hour. I don't know. It just depends on, how you guys want to roll with it. This is gonna be kind of informal too, even though I really want to get my take on this box office thing. And I think I kind of gave you a little bit of my take already about the box office numbers and how fraudulent it is. I'm not saying the numbers themselves are fraudulent, but I think the expectations right now are just so super low, if you ask me. And just so I know, how do I look coming in on your end? Is it crystal clear? Because on my end, it is very, very crystal clear. So if you wouldn't mind just dropping in the chat, where are you watching from in the world? I know I have people that are subbed to my channel from everywhere. Uh, Uncompetitive is here. Hi there. And anybody that super chats, I will put your channel in the description. Super chats very much help the channel out. Not required, do what you got to do. Um, but yeah, so I finally got it all hooked up. I'm trying to redo a lot of things here with my office here. I got the Shure SM7B now. I had it before. I turned it back in and I was like, you know what, that mic is really good. So I got it back, and this is the best sounding microphone there is. So I'm just trying to up the quality over here. Uncompetitive is from the UK, and the Rhodes Squadron is from Texas. Rhodes is only about 10, I'm sorry, about 3 hours away from me, I would say, somewhere around there. Am I right, Rhodes? Somewhere around there, right? Yeah. So, but how's everybody doing tonight? I mean, over here it is 9:30. I rarely ever stream this late. And I got to get up and go to work tomorrow, but I don't know. I just want to connect with you guys and talk to you guys because I haven't went live since Christmas Eve. And we're going to actually be getting back onto a schedule. Tuesdays are going to be road show. I think that's still happening tomorrow. I'm going to go back to live streaming on Friday nights. Let's say 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. I'm going to go live. I'm going to be doing my live stream. And I actually really want to stream 2 days a week. So Friday night, and I think probably now that I don't know the other day yet. I don't know what's another good day. I don't know. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe no, not Wednesday. That's maybe Monday. Let's go Monday and Friday. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good. The camera is clear. That's good to know. Edward Ferguson, thank you for joining. Chicago and the live stream is crispy. Thank you so much. I'm very happy with my Rode NT USB microphone. See, I actually have a Rode NT1, and I actually have it up on eBay. I'm selling that. I'm selling my RE320. I just have too many high quality mics that I really don't need anymore. So I'm keeping this one, the Shure SM7B, and I'm keeping my Rode Procaster because I think that's the best two sounding mics I have. And I have a couple of other small microphones like the Rode Pod mic and the uh, SEV7 mic. So that'll be kind of like my travel microphones because it's going to be very hard to kind of carry this around right here. So yeah, but I'm glad you like the Rode NT USB. I haven't used it before. Haven't used it before. So let's kind of talk a little bit about the Rise of Skywalker box office numbers. The last time I looked at it, it was at 725, but let me see on Box Office Mojo. Yeah, 725 million. And we don't have any Monday estimates yet. I mean, it started off really, really slow. Really, really slow. Hello, Lady Viking. It started off really, really slow the first week. I predicted that the movie would get 900 million. And after that first week, it looked like it was going to pretty much make around 900 million. And I was looking real good after that first week. Then the second week number comes in, and there's only a 59% drop, which is actually really good for a bit budget blockbuster movie. Now, just for note, Last Jedi dropped over 67%. And this movie is pretty much on track with Last Jedi, probably a little bit below that. And actually, I think it is going to be below Last Jedi. It's actually tracking beneath that. Now, people are coming out thinking that this movie is somehow vindicated and saved by the box office numbers for this week. But if you're looking at the title of this stream, it says The Rise of Skywalker box office numbers are really, really bad. You want to know why it's really, really bad? Because this movie is only tracking to make like 1.2 billion. 1.2 billion. And Road, you hit it right on the money. Would have made 2 billion if they did the right story. Yes, then that's my whole point as to why they're doing really, really bad. I mean, 1.2 billion. If it doesn't match Last Jedi, even if it did match Last Jedi, that's a monumental failure. But when it came to like Return of the Jedi, it actually made more than Empire. Revenge of the Sith made more than Attack of the Clones. And those were finale movies of trilogies. Not only is this movie the final movie in a trilogy, it is the end of all the Skywalkers. All of them. It's over. And for this movie to be performing like that, to be performing this badly to where people are celebrating a second week turnaround because the first weekend was a huge disappointment. I don't think there's anything to celebrate. I know Disney cannot be happy with this. I mean, Endgame came out and made 2.9 billion. Now, I'm not saying that this movie needed to make 2.9 billion. But at the very minimum, this movie should have did 2 billion. It should at least match Force Awakens. I would even make the case it really should have did like 2.3 billion. I mean, this is Star Wars now. This is Star Wars. And if this movie ends up making about 1.2 billion, that's only a little bit more than Rogue One. It's in the ballpark of Captain Marvel. Think of that. It's in the ballpark of Captain Marvel. That's not good. That's not good at all. And they had monumental flaws with this movie. I get that. I mean, trust me, this movie is nowhere near the level of Endgame, not by a mile. And Lady Viking hit it right on the money. It should have been called The Rise of Palpatine. Yeah. I mean, not only has this movie retconned Anakin's sacrifice, it's basically made the whole entire trilogy now about Palpatine. Because Palpatine, in the end, triumphs in the end. His seed is actually now ruling the galaxy. The Skywalkers are no more. The Palpatines, they continue to live on. That's a major, major problem. A major problem with this movie. No doubt about it. Terrio confirmed today it was Kathleen Kennedy's call to bring back Palpatine. Terrio wanted 2 movies as well. Now, there's no doubt about it that Kathleen Kennedy brought back Palpatine. It was her idea. I mean, she's the one that was saying that Palpatine was always a part of the plan, but she's the only one saying that it's a part of the plan when everyone else is pretty much saying Palpatine just came up late in the game. I mean, J.J. Abrams called Ian McDermott, who plays Palpatine, and he told him a year ago, we're thinking about bringing back Palpatine. It wasn't set in stone. And Ian McDermott had no clue that it was coming back, that he was coming back as the Emperor. Not a clue. Colin Trevorrow, before he was fired, he said that Palpatine was never a part of his script. And he had got the job for episode 9. He was writing his script, and it wasn't going to be Palpatine. So Kathleen Kennedy is a liar. She's just made a complete mess out of everything. Out of everything. And yes, I agree, Edward Ferguson, the movie is trash. I want a refund. The only reason I went and saw the movie is to do a review. My subscribers expect me to talk about the movie. And that's pretty much it, because I didn't want to go see the movie. You want to know how I felt when I actually went into the movie theater? Usually for a Star Wars movie, there's a lot of hype. I remember going to see Revenge of the Sith in 2005. Midnight showing. This is how dedicated I was. Remember they used to have the midnight showing on Wednesday nights? Midnight showing. I had to go to work at, I believe, 5 in the morning. I kind of tried to sleep during the day, really couldn't. I was super excited. Went to the movie theater at midnight, watched that movie, and made it to work at 5 a.m. I was so satisfied watching that movie. Extremely satisfied. And when I went to see this movie, I mean, even Force Awakens, I was hyped to see the movie. Now, I didn't like the movie, but that adrenaline of watching a Star Wars movie in the theater was there. But now, with this movie going into it after Last Jedi, I was like, man, I don't feel anything. I mean, I absolutely felt nothing walking into that movie. And I'm watching it, and it's just going at a break speed pace for the first hour. And then it starts retconning everything about the OT and the prequels, doing a third act of the movie. Oh, man, it was awful. Awful. But this movie is only going to do a little less than Last Jedi. That's a monumental failure. And here's the thing. Their break-even point on this movie is somewhere around $1 billion. So it needed to make somewhere around $1 billion just to break even. just to break even. Now, let's do just a little bit of math here. Let's say the break even is a billion, which roughly it is somewhere around there. Let's say this movie makes 1.2 billion, which is tracking to do. So roughly, wow. Now I could be wrong about this, but I do not think so. Let me go 1.2 billion. Okay. And they roughly take home around, wow. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm messing up my math here. 1.2 billion. Okay, there we go. 1.2 billion. At the box office, they take home roughly 60%, which is 720 million. And this movie probably costs them roughly, I don't know, 600 million. There's not a lot of profit in this. There's not a lot of profit. So actually, you know what? There's not a lot of profit in that. I mean, sorry. I mean, I just can't calculate tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me for some reason. We got almost 30 people watching. If you wouldn't mind smashing that thumbs up button, if you don't mind. Hey, or thumbs down button. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want to do. um, it's obvious that Ryan killed him off a film too early. Yeah, Snoke was going to be the main villain. You know, I don't know if did you guys actually like the Snoke being a clone thing? I mean, I really didn't, but an easy fix to that would have just have been, all right, Kylo Ren killed a clone of Snoke. And Snoke is still the real villain, and he should have just came back. Now, Palpatine is my favorite character. He just is. He's my favorite character, but he was dead. And if you bring back Palpatine, you have to bring back Anakin. Anakin has to put him down because Anakin is the chosen one. But what Disney did is they end up making Rey the chosen one now by completely destroying and retconning everything about the OT. I mean, episode 6, it just hurts me, man, because Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie. And I'm just going to say this. Disney's trilogy to me is not canon. It's not canon. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, whether you like The Force Awakens or not, and my boy Rhodes, he actually had The Force Awakens at number 7 on his all-time list of movies. Movies overall. So, but after the last 2 movies, he said now it's not even in his top 40. And there's a lot of people out there that says they actually say that these last 2 movies in the trilogy have greatly diminished The Force Awakens for them. Now, me, I wasn't fooled. Force Awakens did nothing for me. It gave us nothing new, really. And I walked out of that movie disappointed. I always watch Star Wars movies at least 2 times. I watched Last Jedi 2 times just to make sure it was as bad as it was. But with this movie, I went 1 time and I have no desire to go back to the movie theater again and watch it. I'll just go ahead and catch it on Disney Plus when it comes out on there next year. And I'll probably just do a review. And you know what? I probably miss a few things just by watching it 1 time in the movie. But I really don't care. I don't care to see it. I mean, the beginning of the movie is so fast, it probably would take 2 or 3 times watching the movie to really kind of get a grasp on what's actually happening, you know? But one thing's for sure, Knights of Ren, wasted. They were horrible. I mean, I don't know what was happening with them. They did nothing They never used their weapons, except on Kylo Ren at the end. But that was it. What a waste. Let's see what you guys are saying here in the chat. Um, Disney is the real life empire. That's a good one. Funny though how they can get the MCU right, but not Star Wars. And MCU is going into a different direction though, so it's not going to be what it was. I mean, Black Widow looks really really good though. Horror Nation, you got it, man. I don't understand how Palpatine's body was still together. Yeah, I don't either because he was thrown down that shaft in Jedi and that exhaust went up and the whole Death Star is exploded to nothing, at least we thought. So it doesn't make any sense for his body to come back. And the only explanation we get is the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities, some considered to be unnatural. I can't believe JJ just ripped that off from Revenge of the Sith. That line, I love the line, but it had no place in this movie at all. None. Yes, Edward Ferguson, hashtag Disney trilogy not canon. Yeah, he shouldn't have been back. He shouldn't have been back. I mean, how much? Let me ask you guys this and put it in the chat. How much would this movie need to make for you to say it was a success? For me, minimum 2 billion. Considering it's the end of all of them. And let me know in the chat. What do you guys think is a successful number at the box office to say that this movie is a success? I'm thinking 2 billion at the bare minimum. I think it should at least match Force Awakens. Poor Society says Star Wars games suck now. That includes Fallen Order that retcons a lot of things. I haven't played Fallen Order. Actually, I haven't played video games in a long time. Man, at one point, some people were asking me, do a gaming channel. I was like, I'm just not a gamer. I'm not a gamer. But that's just me. I used to play some Star Wars games back in the 90s. That was it. Int Agree says 2 billion agreed. Lady King says 2 billion. Adam Raid 2 billion. 1 billion over expenses. Now, see, here's the thing. So you basically saying $1 billion profit. Now, this movie is actually the most expensive Star Wars movie ever made. And when they made Force Awakens, after all the expenses, I think that they said that movie profited something like 960 million or something like that. I mean, this movie is not going to bring in much of a profit. It's really not. This isn't going to be a super profitable movie. No way. So, I mean, I'm thinking that it's so expensive. The movie probably costs somewhere around 300 million. And then they did reshoots. Also, then you have to do marketing. I mean, I'm just guessing that this movie probably cost them anywhere from 6 to 700 million. I don't know. Somewhere around there. It's just a lot, man. I mean, let's see here. Yeah, if it cost them 700 million, which is probably relatively good, they may only profit like 20 million, 20 million on this movie, somewhere around there. That's not good. Um, wow. I had a Star Wars Battlefield game, but I pawned it because of this. Wow. I mean, is this movie really making you throw away your Star Wars stuff? For me, I haven't bought anything from Disney Star Wars. I actually have what I have is I have a Darth Vader t-shirt and I have the 6 movie Blu-ray set that George Lucas released before he sold to Disney. And I got a free Darth Vader t-shirt with that. I have a Darth Vader lightsaber that I bought like 12 years ago. I have that. For Christmas, like 3 years ago or so, I got some barbecue toms that are lightsabers, and it makes the lightsaber noise and everything like that. And I also got some Mace Windu chopsticks for Christmas, but I didn't buy those. Those were given to me for Christmas, so I haven't bought anything. But I will buy some Baby Yoda stuff whenever that comes out. Well, actually, they have the plush now. You can actually purchase Baby Yoda, and now, but you won't get it until March. Big mistake. Big, 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 huge mistake. Wow. The Last Jedi upset me so much. I cannot watch the original trilogy for 2 years. 2 years? Man, I can watch the OT a lot. The other day, was it yesterday or night before last? I watched Revenge of the Sith. Man, I loved it. Loved it. I watched it on Disney Plus on my Roku, and I have it on Blu-ray, but it was just more convenient for me just to watch it on Disney Plus because I already had it hooked up. And the quality on Disney Plus doesn't look as good as the Blu-ray for some reason. I have a 4K TV, and it looks like a lesser quality to me watching it on Disney Plus. I mean, it looks like I guess it looks like it's in 1080p, but not a very good 1080p. But when I watch it on a Blu-ray on my 4K TV, it looks closer to 4K. I don't know if anybody's watched any of the Star Wars movies on Disney Plus themselves. Horror Nation, would you like the idea of Moff Gideon hiring Boba Fett to track down the Mandalorian in season 2? Remember in that episode, I can't remember. I think it's episode 5. Remember they killed that lady on that bounty on they had a bounty on Tatooine and they kill her? And you remember at the end somebody walks up to her and they don't show who it is, they never address it. Do you guys think that could be Boba Fett? I don't know. But as far as we know in canon, Boba Fett is dead. And he never came out of the Sarlacc pit. But at this point, I was kind of hoping that would be Luke to show up. But season 2 of Mandalorian, they're saying that we're getting OT people in the show. So the first thing that came to my mind and quite a few people's minds were Luke. Luke is going to show up in Mandalorian season 2. I mean, if you got Baby Yoda there, I think you're going to need to kind of really show. I think it'd be cool to see Luke meet up with Baby Yoda. I think it would be really cool. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not because Disney has something against Luke for some reason. I mean, Luke Skywalker is supposed to be the hero, and they have something against him. So I know it's Jon Favreau, but he has higher ups he has to answer to, and the way they treated Luke, I don't know if Luke is actually going to show up. I mean, I'm really, really having my doubts about him showing up. I agree, Maria Elena. Disney trilogy won't stop me from loving the OTs and the prequels. Yes, I can watch those movies all the time. And just in my head, I should say, the Disney trilogy is not canon. Oh, Edward Ferguson, you're right. Disney ordered to execute Order 86 on Rotten Tomatoes. Why is it that all these reviews are coming in on Rotten Tomatoes and that score is not changing from 86? It's not changing from 86 at all. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, the Fitz is in. I know ever since the Captain Marvel thing with Rotten Tomatoes, you really just can't trust him. You can't trust that website. Um, KK hates Luke. Yes, obviously. I mean, the story group, they hate him too. They hate everything about the OT characters. I mean, Han Solo had Luke's medal from A New Hope, and he gave it to Maz Kanata for drinking money so he can get a drink. He sold it for booze. How disrespectful is that? And of course, Last Jedi, they did everything they could to disrespect Luke. Everything. I mean, no respect was given to Luke. So I don't know. I don't think he's going to show up in Mandalorian, and his screen time in episode 9 was ridiculous. It's a what could have been with Luke. I mean, he's dead now. Seeing him as a Force Ghost in the last movie, I didn't want to see that. I wanted Luke to be alive, but Ryan Johnson, he wet the bed bit time. My man Fatal J. What up, John? What's up, Fatal J? Thank you for joining. He is a collaborator on this channel. And we just hit 30 people watching. Thank you. 30 people watching, 30 thumbs up. I know we can get a few more thumbs up on this video. A few more. Lady Viking, you're correct. I know Han Solo in EU names one of his sons Anakin. Yeah, Anakin Solo. And Ben Solo in the sequel trilogy or the Disney trilogy. In the EU, he was actually Ben Skywalker, and that was Luke's son. And they didn't give Luke any kids. No kids. I mean, it would have been pretty cool, they brought in Mara Jade or somebody like that to be his wife and he had a kid. I think that would have been more interesting. But no. Honestly, guys, the fan films have been way better than what Disney has been giving us. I mean, did you guys actually watch the Kenobi fan film? That Kenobi fan film was very good. Jamie Costa, very good fan film. Darth Maul Apprentice, really good. Great lightsaber action in that fan film. And of course, Star Wars Theories Vader, Shards of the Past, very good. All these things are better than what Disney's given us. All of them. It just is. Harrison Ford is one of the reasons why Star Wars went downhill because he wanted to kill Han Solo off for years with his ungrateful, greedy, grumpy ass. But actually, you know what? He wanted Han to die in Empire, and George Lucas refused because George Lucas is a smart man. He told him there's no money in dead Han Solo toys, and he doesn't care. I'm surprised they got him to come back for Episode 9 for that little small scene that absolutely made no sense at all. It's just a way just to shove Han Solo into the movie. Didn't make any sense. But yeah, he doesn't care about Han Solo. Harrison Ford isn't a Star Wars fan at all. He's not. He loves Indiana Jones. That's the one role where he will never give that up. He said that that Indiana Jones dies with him. He says nobody's going to portray Indiana Jones again. But he doesn't care about anybody playing Han Solo because he's just not interested in the character. And that's amazing considering how great he is as Han Solo. Yep, and fans we trust, yes. And Disney should really be ashamed of themselves that fans are making better movies than them. I mean, I wish that we can actually give a fan $200 million to make a complete Star Wars movie. You know, give Jamie Costa 200 million, give Star Wars Theory 200 million. Just imagine what those guys could do with that kind of budget to make a Star Wars film. Think of that. I mean, these fan films don't even cost 500,000. I doubt that. US dollars anyway. Hmm. Thank you. We got more thumbs up. Appreciate that. I can see Leia naming her son Bell or Anakin, but not Ben. Uh, I don't know why she named him Ben. Bell, I can see that. Anakin, well, we don't really know what her relationship with Anakin is in the new canon. In the EU, at first, you know, she had really no respect for Anakin. In the beginning, once she found out that he was Vader and with everything that he did, but eventually they started building their relationship in the EU, and she named her son after him. So I don't know, but think of this: another bit flaw of this movie of Episode 9 is Leia and Ben never have one scene together, but they're supposed to be mother and son. It should have happened in Force Awakens. It definitely should have happened in Last Jedi. And it was impossible to happen in Episode 9 because Carrie Fisher passed away and they had limited material they can use. Oh, and did you guys hear about the excuse they gave as to why Rose Tico got so little screen time? It's ridiculous. They said that because they had limited footage to work with Carrie Fisher, that limited the screen time of Rose Tico. I mean, Lucasfilm must think we're really, really dumb. I mean, if it was up to me, I would have just written her out completely out of Episode 9, talking about Rose Tico. She served no purpose in this movie at all. None. None at all. And she only got like 1 minute of screen time. But Lucasfilm, they know that she's not popular with the fans, and she is a horrible, absolutely horrible character. If she's not the worst Star Wars character ever, she's one of the worst. She's in the top 5 of all worst Star Wars characters ever. Oh man. Yes, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher had chemistry. Yes, because they were in a lot of scenes together through 3 movies. Now, in this new trilogy, Poe, Finn, and Rey, first off, they were never together in the first 2 movies. And really in the first movie, it was really just Finn and Rey. And then you had Finn and Poe, but they were never together in Last Jedi. They didn't have any scenes together. And now they finally bring them together in this movie. And uh the chemistry, Rey and Poe, that just didn't work. They didn't really like each other, and I don't know. Yeah, exactly. They think we are dumb. They do. They really do think that we are dumb. I mean, they really think the fandom is really that dumb. Do you want to see a fan film with Darth Maul and Darth Talon? I guess that'd be pretty cool. I mean, there's already a fan film on Darth Maul already. So Darth Maul Apprentice. And there's a rumor going out there that they want to make a Darth Maul Darth Maul TV show for Disney Plus, and that they want to have Kira return. So I guess that'll be Emilia Clarke returning from Solo: A Star Wars Story. Um, I don't know how that's going to go over. Solo: A Star Wars Story didn't work for me. Darth Maul, that will work for me right there. Darth Maul. I mean, if they want to bring her in, Kira, all right, whatever. I'm just watching for Darth Maul. That's it. I always saw Lando on the OT as a womanizer. Yeah. I mean, he was a ladies' man. And I think JJ probably retconned Solo also, with the whole Pando Lando thing, with him wanting to, hook up with droids and stuff like that. Because at the end, it seemed like maybe he was trying to hit on Janna a little bit. And he was also still into Leia. I mean, he did give Lando, he made Lando again instead of Pando Lando. I'm glad that they brought up nothing about L337. So when he's in the Falcon, he's not like, hey, baby, L337. Nah, it wasn't none of that. Even though they had him dress up in the Solo: A Star Wars Story outfit, which I thought was ridiculous. How is Rey an ace pilot? It's because she is OP. She's over powerful. That's it. She's a Mary Sue. And I think I was reading, I was watching, I think, Geeks and Gamers video. And somebody brought up that the term Mary Sue should be changed into Rey Skywalker. That makes sense right there. And by the way, Rey is not a Skywalker. She's not. She's a Palpatine. Hashtag Rey Palpatine. I'm waiting for someone to make a clip from the movie at the end when she says I'm Rey Skywalker. They should make a clip intercut with Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. And when he says liar and he force chokes Padme, they should intercut that with him force choking Rey. I think that would be hilarious, in my opinion. I think that'd be pretty cool. If that was stupid, making him a pansexual. Yeah, it was beyond stupid. It made no sense. It was really, really completely ridiculous, if you ask me. Yeah, Mary Sue does suck. You're right about that. And guys, we had a pretty good turnout here tonight. Really, really good turnout. And I think I'm about to wrap this up now. I just wanted to go ahead and touch base with you guys. Tomorrow, I think we're going to be on Rose's channel. We'll have to see about that. But definitely Friday, I'm going to go live on this channel and we'll kind of go in depth on, certain things, other things, anything you guys really want to talk about. I like doing these one-on-one, one person live streams. I know I rarely ever do them. I usually have Rhodes with me on here, or I have, Fatal J on here too. So it was fun though, guys. Ron Navy in the house. What's up? She's gonna have Ben's baby. She got Prego from the Kiss. Oh man, I remember that. People talking about that it's possible. Oh my god, I hope not. That just sounds so bad. Really, really bad. Don't even bring that up, guys. Don't even bring that up. All right. Well, I'm about to wrap this up, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Be safe. And we will talk to you guys later.